Welcome back. So, guys, as part of this session, right? So, let us say a simple example on a different type of a function, which is an anonymous function. Okay. After this anonymous function, we will also study about this arrow function also. So, for that, in order to understand this particular stuff, let us create a simple example, or let us copy this 7 and let us paste it, and I'm naming it as basically I'm naming it as a 8 script. Okay, perfect. So if you look at this particular program that we have right now, close others. Yeah. If you look at this particular program, let me delete all these tasks. Yeah. So this is the function. So what is this function? This function is having a name as a sum. So sum is the name of that particular function. Okay. Sum is the name of the function. Okay, sum is the name of that particular function that we are using right now. Then the next and the most important thing that you need to consider here is an anonymous function basically. So the simple thing that we need to consider here is anonymous. Anonymous function. A function without a name. Okay, if we are defining a particular function without having any name, that itself is an anonymous function. Okay, a function without having any name, that itself is an anonymous function. So let us define in this particular way. So function. Okay, so function, and if we have a name, you just need to define it. We don't have any name, just directly here. What I am doing here is console.log world, hello world, anonymous user. Okay, anonymous user, hello world, anonymous user. That's it. So this is what an anonymous function is. But for this, ideally, what we will be doing is, ideally for this anonymous function, we will be storing it in a variable. So hello world is equal to whatever this function output is there, it's gonna store in this particular variable var hello world. And how you will be calling it? Simply with this hello world itself, you will be calling it up. Okay, simply with this hello world, you will be calling it up. So here, let me put my sum also for a reference, sum 10 comma 20 and a hello world. So when I run it, so here hello world anonymous user got executed and it got a printed down. So the point here is anonymous function, a function without having any name, that itself is an anonymous function. Perfect. What I'm doing right now, this hello world, let me put it before the calling, it's before the creation itself, and the same way this sum, let me put it before it itself. And now when I run this particular code, see here, the traditional function, we can execute it even before that creation your JavaScript is recognizing, whereas the anonymous function should be used once after you declare it. So when I run this code this time the script is executing successfully. So this is the basic difference between an anonymous function and as well as a traditional function. Okay, perfectly all right. And the next thing that you need to do out over here is an arrow function. Okay, the next function that we need to know here is an arrow function. Usually, JavaScript arrow functions are based on a syntaxes just by using some expressions in it. Okay, we will be using some expressions as part of our functions. So here, let me add a comment, arrow function. Okay, let me add a comment which is an arrow function. So what is the significance of this particular arrow function? This one, we will be writing down a function with some expressions. You will be defining that particular function with an expression. An example I can say, var function is equal to, probably if there are arguments, you will be defining it. If there are no arguments, you will be leaving it like this. And you will be defining with an expression. So this is what the arrow that you will be using. This arrow is representing this, the arrow function. Okay, perfectly all right. So let us see a simple example for this particular arrow function. So here, where, demo hello. So just I was just giving it. So where demo hello. So the function, it doesn't have any name. So here I was just giving it as a braces, and I'm just defining it an arrow. And as it is a single liner logic that I was printing it up, I no need to put the braces also. So console dot hello arrow function. Okay, that's what I was defining. So the ultimate point here is, this is what the function that I was defining. Okay, hello arrow world. So in order to call this particular chunk, the only thing that you need to do here is a demo hello. That's it. The traditional demo hello itself that you will be calling it. See here, hello arrow function is being printed up. So the point is, the function, you are just representing by its arrow and storing it in a variable. So Surendra, in this example, the function don't have any parameters. Consider that my function has a parameters. How you are gonna deal with it, right? So in order to deal with that particular, arrow function with some parameters, so consider that where demo sum is equal to, okay, demo sum is equal to the sum of A and B. I wanna define it with an arrow, console.log A plus B, and simply I'm calling this a demo sum. Okay, simply I'm calling this particular demo sum. And here, arrow sum output. Okay, arrow sum output is, I have updated my program. So when I run this program, the arrow sum output is being printed. So these are the more advanced ways of creating a particular function. Okay, more advanced ways of creating a function without having an argument, with an argument, all those things. So Surendra, here you have a two arguments, you are using a braces. If there is a one argument, how you will be dealing that? See, the simple thing here is where demo subtraction. Okay, demo subtraction is equal to, I have only one argument. So here I'm defining console.log arrow subtraction a minus 10. That's it. So this a, whenever you are calling it, you just need to pass on that particular a value. This is all about a brief overview on an anonymous function and as well as an arrow function, guys. Okay, perfectly all right. See you again in the next lecture.